goddesses on earth. Welcome back to Chance and Opportunity. Today, I just want to speak my mind, give a little bit of moments of clarity. Let's get right into it. So, the most honorable Babaji. When we talk about God or Allah or the universe or the Most High, whatever you want to call it, we give the analogy to the piece of glass. It's like the window. And this piece of glass, if you were to drop it, it'll break into many different pieces and shapes and forms. Now, how ignorant were them little tiny pieces of glass who are all shaped differently? How ignorant would it be for them to walk around? Praise to the Most High glass. Oh, I wish I can be glass. I want to be glass-like. All that those pieces could ever be is glass. Together, when they come together, they make the window. I look at us human beings as that piece of glass. If you think about human beings, let's break down this word human being. Let's think about that for example. The word hue means color. H-U-E. The word hue means color. So we have human. Okay, what type of man? Not just any man. We have a human being. A man of color. Could we agree that that's what human means? Human. What type of man is it? It's a human, man of color. The most honorable Babaji, he gave me this realization before. He said, I've never saw a black or a white person a day in my life. Because if you hold up a white piece of paper to what we call a white person, a European, you'll see how brown or tan they really are. I never saw a black person a day in my life. I saw very, very dark people. Very, very brown people. I never saw a black person. So we have to really, really be careful for the trick of the devil in his words and separation. But there is a difference between a heavy melanated person and a less melanated person. There's only one race on the face of the planet, and that is the human race. That's what I believe. But we're all different shades of melanin. I don't care what you're subscribed to, what nationality you say you are, you would not be living right now. You would not exist right now if you didn't have melanin in you. We are all melanated beings. Melanin is very, very important. Did you know that melanin is a DNA repair? Matter of fact, you should Google right now. Google how much melanin is worth. Did you know per gram? I could be wrong. It's like over $300 per gram. Did you know melanin is worth more than gold? Did you know that melanin was a DNA repair? Did you know that? Melanin is like an antenna. It's a receiver. It's what connects you to your reality. It's what connects you to the universe. One who lacks melanin is a genetic modification, They are a mutant, a mutated genes. The most honorable Babaji tells us to study epigenetics with Bruce Lipton. Bruce Lipton is the founder of epigenetics. If you look at genetics, and you look at the word epi is a higher version. This is a higher version of genetics that we have came into. Epigenetics is based upon your environment. And your environment and the ability through time to regulate and control your genes. Now, we have a type of human being who lives in an environment further away from the sun. Through time, certain genes get activated and certain genes get turned off for the survival. This less melanated person, when it turns off certain genes in order to survive, it is also losing its connection. This is a debilitation. This is a mutation. Because when your genes are mutated, we know that genes regulate how what? If you've been watching my videos, you know that genes regulate how we perceive this reality. I am an expression of my genome. So we have a type of human being walking around with mutated genes who perceive this reality a different way than maybe me or you. This is why when I look into history and I look into the melanated gods, I see huts, pyramids, things like that. Is this why I see that they use the herbs to heal? The pyramids were made out of stone. They moved the earth to create their shelters and their buildings. They didn't chop down trees. It's a certain mentality. It's a certain kind of vibration. Look, it's a certain consciousness out here to be able to see a jellyfish or a cow, my nigga, and say, yo, I want to eat that. I mean, have you ever really seen a wild cow? Have you ever seen one of them, like a real type? Have you ever seen the cow in person? And to milk it with all the blood and the pus that comes out, and to think, that's what I want to eat. In our natural environment where the sun is at a high standard, we have a lot of vegetation. There's no need to kill to eat. There's no need to have a savagery mind state. The whole purpose of this video and everything is just to get you to look at your reality. We have adopted the lower self mentality. The lower self is a version of me, because even the white man or the European man is a version of me, but a lower self version, a version of me that has mutated genes, that when it perceives this reality, it has the ability to go against life naturally. So now, these are the standard of people to take and destroy nature. And most melanated beings, heavily melanated beings, have adopted that mentality and are living in a world where they're chasing money. They have the eyes and the vision of the oppressor. They want the nice house, nice car. They want that money. They want that bag, right? This is what's most important. This is what their mind is on. We must become scientists of the day. We must go into our natural environment. We need to be humble, live meek onto the earth and the planet. Take care of the planet. To be called a house nigga is something that is looked up to nowadays. To be a house nigga is to be everything that goes against life, goes against the universe. To have a disconnection to the world that you're in. Look, I'm grateful, and I'm going to send all the peace and love to you guys today. I'm thankful you guys watching my video. I hope that is some facts in there for you, but I just wanted to give a little moments of clarity. Just have you like think about things like that, because, you know, we are definitely living inside of a reality to where as though we are dependent and living up to a certain standard. Our food is not in our natural environment. We do not live in our natural environment, I meant to say, to where as though our food is there. We go to the stores and we buy our foods out the stores. We don't live in an environment to where as though it's water right there for me, my family, to drink and to bathe in and to thrive. No, it's coming out of the sink. I don't control what's in that water. It's fluoride, it's chlorine. We call ourselves men, and because people are like, yo, what are you talking about? Why is this important? But we call ourselves men. But I believe true men seek sovereignty. This is why you're only a boy in your reality. I'm going to go ahead and say this one more thing, and I'm going to go ahead and go. Yo, you know one thing that let me know that I was a boy in this reality? I was locked up. Right? Look, I don't even have it. I wasn't even in control of my own life. I'm incarcerated at the moment. And I called my wife. My wife is at work. This is my woman. My wife was at work. And at the time, I was going through, I was on lockup. And we was only able to call like an hour for that day. And then the rest of the 23 hours, you locked into the cell. So my time on the phone is limited. I mean, I'm going to need like 30 minutes in the shower. And then the rest of the 30 minutes going to be probably on the phone. Long story short, time was limited. Called my wife. She's at work. I haven't talked to her all day. Last time I talked to her was sometime yesterday, probably in the beginning of the day, yesterday morning, for whenever I came out that hour yesterday. So she's like, babe, I miss you so much. I really can't talk right now. I'm at work. I can hear everything in the background, a little beeping and everything. She's working at the warehouse. She say, if the phone hang up, my boss coming around the corner, I got to hang up. I'm like, okay. And I didn't think nothing of it at the time. You know, she's at work. She got to make a living. You know, she got to eat. She got to feed the kids. You know. Then the phone hung up. As soon as that phone hung up, I thought, this man is able to provide a means for my wife and my kids and even me to communicate with them and my commissary and everything. She's giving him, she has a contract with this man that if she gives this man her time, focus, and energy to his empire that he's trying to run and establish, in return, he can give her this money that we need so bad in this goddamn matrix that we live in order to survive. So here's though, I have no control. I can't even speak to my wife. This is my wife. I can't even speak to her because she must survive in the world that we live in and chase that money to feed my kids, bro. Like, yo, the whole purpose I'm trying to make is we can't even be considered men in this reality until we become sovereign, until we worry about what matters. We get divine knowledge of self. We care about our body. We start giving a fuck about the planet and the earth and what's going on with our future. This is when we become men in the world. This is when we can start to be the gods and move and come into ourselves. So yeah, man, I just want to give you guys this energy. Definitely. I hope you enjoy it. And I want to say peace and I love myself.